Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? I hope you're all doing fine. Let me go share this out. Let's see. On the Twitters. Let's see. On the Facebooks. And then I guess we'll put a link in our actual Discord. So a few hours ago, we had Chris and Diane on for the 5 o'clock shadow on a different day than normal. But that's all right. Because when they close out tomorrow, I was going to have them on Thursday. But their show is tomorrow, so I didn't want to do it on Wednesday. And then, because they're closes out tomorrow, didn't want to do Thursday, so I had them on today. And of course, we're still having a chill stream. But hello, John. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I am good. Just chilling, as things suggest, or trying to chill, I guess, seeing as how I just started about a minute ago. Just
You're having a hard time chilling? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Just chilling, talking with myself at first. Now that you are here, hopefully we can do some sort of conversation. I don't know what. And hopefully more people arrive in the chat, and maybe a couple more people on the panel would be nice too. But
what's the matter? I'm not good enough for you?
No, you are great enough for me. Very good enough. But, if more people just means, maybe a better flow conversation. That way there's less lulls. But hopefully there's no lulls with even just...
See, I like to be in control of the conversation, all conversation. As more people join in, I lose control.
Yes. Well, that doesn't surprise me. My mom also asked me to ask you, were you affected at all by this, like the hurricane that hit the West Coast or not?
What, like mentally?
No, physically.
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but because you're, I think, a fair distance away from that, where it hit.
No, we were actually in that purple zone where it was supposed to have hit the hardest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was just rain. That's all it was.
Okay, well, that's definitely not so bad. Sounds good. Maybe you...
Yeah, I've encountered rain before. Not a big deal.
Yeah, but was it super heavy rain, or was it super heavy, just light, the rain, or...
Nah, just regular old little bit of rain.
So nothing, not like a torrential downpour.
Nothing I couldn't handle, Rick. I was on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I didn't think it was going to affect you, although for different reasons, but I thought if it was hitting the West Coast, I know you said you're like about an hour away from LA, so, and then depending on, LA is probably at least an hour wide as a city to drive from one.
Now, I'm going to say this. I say I'm an hour away from LA, factoring in traffic.
Oh, okay.
I'm about 40 miles away from LA. So, I mean, if there's no traffic, I can get to LA in about, 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. Still, but LA from, say, the west coast of it, like the beach area, I guess, or however you want to say it, the part where you go into the ocean if you drive any further west.
It's called the coastline.
Yeah, there, the coastline. I couldn't think of the word for the life of me. From the coastline.
It's all right here. I am here, Rick. I'll help you out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So from the coastline east, the city's what, probably a good hour to drive through.
What? You're
I'm
talking
getting
about from the coastline to my house?
well, no, not to your house, to the I'd say the edge of the city, but I'm not sure whether where the edge of the city is for LA. But I know like Toronto here in Canada, it can take you an hour to get across the city. I guess that's with traffic. Maybe with traffic it wouldn't take you so. Without traffic, it wouldn't take you so long. But to go
Yeah, I
across,
mean, yeah, Los Angeles, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's for people that don't live on the West Coast, it's hard to explain because, like, when I was driving a truck, I would drive to New York, right? And there would be forest and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in city. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But we're so spread out. Things are so not condensed on the West Coast. You can drive without hitting like forest, like that. You know how when you drive, all of a sudden now you're in the country, right?
yeah,
In California, you can drive from the coast. Like let's say you start at Huntington Beach, right? And you drive on the freeway all the way inland. I mean, you can be driving for 2.5, 3 hours before you start to see barren land that's not developed.
okay. And would that all be considered Los Angeles City, or do you get
No,
out?
not at all. No.
So at some point
It's
you
all
get out
like
of.
it's all we have different things. We call it Greater Los Angeles, and then so the actual boundaries of Los Angeles. If you're on the coast and you drive inland, you could probably be driving for about, I would say, 30 minutes. Then you would be out of LA. You'd be in another city, but you'd be out of LA proper.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds in some ways similar to parts of here. Then there's like the greater area, that other city that you'd be out of in half an hour. Would that be greater Los Angeles area still though?
No, they would call that something completely different then after that.
Oh, okay.
And like depending on which freeway you're driving, because LA is pretty big. It's all spread out. It's wide. So
Yeah.
if you take the 10 freeway out of Los Angeles, that's different than if you were to take the 60 freeway or the 101, because one will put you in what's called the Valley, right? The San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
One will put you in this place called well, actually no, that would be the smaller city. Montebello area, which is no longer considered LA. It's more like the inland city area. Then if you take the 60 out, which is the lower one, that would take you to a place called Azusa or Hacienda, and that's no longer LA. That's its own thing.
Uh-huh. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Just because I don't know the geography completely, you know. But knowing Toronto,
It's not really like people have their own little cliques, places that they're proud of inside Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles areas. It's all, I mean, honestly, one thing about Californians that you probably realized when you were over here last time is that they don't really care about anybody else and what anybody else is doing.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody,
oh, I live in Montebello. You're like, I couldn't care less,
Yeah, I didn't. I never really got bothered too much by anybody when I was there. The closest that I came to be getting bothered is when I was sleeping, and somebody woke me up just to tell me I was snoring.
Why you snore so much?
I don't know. I've got. I can't help it. But and they did it to a couple other people too. But it was what it was, and well, it made me decide when I.
Oh, you must be a back sleeper.
Yeah. Well, back or my side. I cannot sleep on my stomach. It is way too uncomfortable. At least,
I feel you.
with at least with my large stomach at the moment. But then again, I probably wouldn't even be able to do it even with a small stomach because my face stuffed in a pillow. Or, whatever.
Yeah, it's gay. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Goodnight Spoon says, has the loft curse been lifted? I'm not sure what you mean, Goodnight Spoon. Or are you talking about the other last night when I went to show you because I moved my camera, moved it back, ended up disconnecting my internet somehow for a bit. Thus, I stopped my stream a little early, and because it was only like, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes that I'd be doing more, I just decided I'm just going to end it, not try and get everybody back. Because that can be hard at times. So how did the closeout of your stream go? Or for your campaign?
It went fine. Got a good amount of backers at the very end. I think we got about 9 more backers that stream.
Oh, that's good.
So not too bad.
A decent amount of money from them, or
A couple $100. It wasn't like everybody that came in only backed like the digital. There was like we had a couple of physical backers too.
Oh, that's good. Hey, Mike, how are you? Goodnight Spoon says, oh, I thought your bed was angry because Joshua insulted it. He insulted it? I never noticed. I noticed he said something after at the end. I forget what now, but. So, for those that haven't seen, I got the new Canadian Shield Remastered in. Number ones. I don't really want to open this, but because I got some out of it.
Don't open it. You don't want.
Well, I've got some outside of it. I just don't want to go grab them at the moment. All right. As you know, I just finished my show. Yeah. Good article at the last. Couple of good ones before that, from what I heard, Mike. So have you finished coloring those last 2 pages or not?
Nope. Working on page 1 of 2 right now.
Oh, that's good. So hopefully, tomorrow you might be done.
Had to spend some time doing that. What?
Oh, I was just saying. Hopefully tomorrow you might be done them both. But you were going to say something else about?
Oh, I don't know.
You had to spend some time doing something, or?
Yeah, I was saying I had to spend some time this morning correcting some commissions that I had done for the mythicals. But that's we finished that. That's good. And then not too much drama over that. Everything kind of went smooth. Then yeah, hold on. I'm right in the middle of trying to do this like shadowing on this thing. Hold on a second.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a hard time talking and like thinking while I'm doing this.
No, no problem. I somewhat understand.
Okay. Yeah. No, I had to do so. That wasn't too hard. And then I spent a good portion fine tuning in some pencils for a Captain Infinity page that I got to turn in. So, only been working on this coloring part of it for about 2 hours. I guess I kind of was redoing the last page I had done before, touching up. There's this page where there's this bloodbath, right?
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with Marsupial and Metal on the Vomitorium show over there, working on that because I wanted to make it look like he was just swimming in blood, right? Like he's massacring these people, and he's pounding them like a gorilla, like would just pound the dirt, like just over and over and over again. His blood, he's completely red. You can't see any of his costume. He's completely covered in blood. He's like swimming in it. You know what I mean?
So he's gone a bit berserk.
Yeah.
Blacked
Just about
out,
enough.
blacked out and gone berserk. So almost Wolverine-ish in that respect.
Sure, yeah.
Good Night Spoon says, "What are your thoughts on movie fights, guy, versus Netflix?" I have no idea what you're talking about. Good Night Spoon. You any idea what he's talking about?
Nah, not at all. But I'm looking it up right now. Let me see. What is it called? Movie Fight Guy?
Yeah, it says on the movie fights, guy versus Netflix.
I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry.
Neither do I, so you'll have to be more specific. Good Night Spoon says, "Can I ask if John was able to state the words bloodbath without Metal giving a history of the origin of bloodbaths?"
Yeah, didn't come up at all. Interesting. I didn't know that I was walking into a trap.
Good Night Spoon says, "Andy Signor? Signor? Signor. So I guess that's who he's talking about versus Netflix. So yeah, here's the remastered copy. Cover by Sketchbook. My Sketchbook 360. Trying to. There's.
So apparently, Andy Signor has a bunch of Johnny Depp trial videos, and Netflix illegally claimed full copyright over them. And I have no idea. I have no idea about copyright law or even copyright. Uh, like what's the word? Common decency? I have no idea.
Fair use.
No, I mean like, what do you call it? Like
When you go
norms, I guess. Like,
yeah.
no. I again, no idea about laws, no idea about YouTube, no idea about none of that. But even if I were to talk about like morally doing something, whether it's morally right or wrong, I have no clue at all when it comes to copyright.
Yeah. Well, I know there's you can use a bit of stuff under fair use or whatever too from stuff, so I don't know. Good Night Spoon says, "Damn, I was hoping."
Sounds like you don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know a lot. I know. Damn, I was hoping you'd know who started bathing in blood. Nope. Or you was hoping Metal would know and say something?
Uh,
So let's see. Was gonna get the chat thoughts on a couple things here, or see whether they might be able to come up with something that with what I'm a little saying based on something I'm gonna want to do. Okay, so let's see if I can. Just gotta. Okay, so let's see. let's see, Clip Studio here. Okay, so for the hey Jeff, how are you? It was Elizabeth Bathroy. I googled it. Said good night, spoon. So one of my designs for my T-shirts that I have on the website is this picture of Canadian Shield on the rock, in the victory stance or whatever you want to call it, raging, or I'm not sure. I guess you could call it a few different things. But it has Canadian Shield. The Canadian Shield has its foundation on the rock, so he can stand strong. And then I quote put Matthew 7:25, Luke 48. About using Christ as making your house on the rock and all that to be strong. Now, I've used the same image by itself without that. I want to do that with this image of snowdrift, but obviously something more snow or cold related, using some scripture reference. I've got the couple scripture references that I gotta look them up again, but I do have a couple of scripture references that I had picked out at one point that might be good. I was thinking maybe the people in the chat or on the panel might be able to help me come up with a quippy way of saying something in reference to the scripture, one of the three scriptures that I was going to use. I should make sure I'm using the one that I found them in easy enough. Let's see what everybody is saying before I go on, if anything's being said. Is he lifting up Simba? No, he's not, Joshua. And hello, Joshua. Good night, Spoon also said, I figured the movie Fights guy was just making a mountain out of a molehill, since he's pretty much infamous now and needs attention. Rick, I'm turning this episode into an impromptu movie debate show. Oh, okay. You can try. Okay, so the one verse that I was going with was possibly Proverbs 25, verse 13. As the cold of snow is in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. Rick, you need to defend the film Cube. John has to argue for there will be blood. Best argument wins. Joshua is the judge. Was it?
So, is this because you think the movie Cube is good? Because I think that movie is like objectively bad.
Who, me or
You? Yes, you.
I've never even seen the movie.
Like, There Will Be Blood was fantastic on like a bunch of different levels. Like, it was the first time I've actually seen a movie go ahead and make the main protagonist, like the main character of the movie, be just a not just morally ambiguous, but just a straight up awful person in his soul. And it was like, I don't know. It like when I left watching the, because I watched it with my brother. When I left watching that movie, I was almost like it was an experience. You left thinking like, what the hell did I just watch? And then like, he kept talking about it over and over. I would even send text messages like back and forth to him over the next like 3 days, just talking about parts, especially the part of the movie where he kills his own brother. Because the thing is, like, they portray this stuff in the movie like it's a bad thing, like he's a bad person, right? But as I was talking to my brother about this, both of us have the same kind of way of looking at things. And the more I talk to other people about that movie, everybody comes to feel the same way. Like, yeah, we all feel this way. This is almost like a shared human experience, but it's telling you it's something that's foreign and weird, and you need to be locked up for.
Good Night Spoon says, this is a terrible debate. Joshua says, ad hominem. And then Good Night Spoon says, Rick, the point of debating is to defend the positions you don't personally hold, to see who is the most persuasive. You like the cube now. Yes, I may like it now, but I have no idea what it is. Except for a movie, I know nothing about it. I can't defend something.
I'm sure you've seen it. No, it's that one where everybody's trying to get out of like a series of cubes, and they have to like do extraordinarily hard math, and like you would never be able to figure the solution out yourself. You're just kind of sitting back and watching people not figure things out correctly. It's just garbage. It's like what am I? It's like you like when you watch like an Agatha Christie show, right? You never know the answer. That's the difference between like Sherlock Holmes and Poirot. Sherlock Holmes, there's a chance that you might figure out who the bad guy is, but there's no way you're ever going to figure out what an Agatha Christie villain is, because it's just a hodgepodge of disconnected things.
Okay, but I've never seen the movie. I've never even heard of it till now. Joshua says, I've seen a video essay review about it. Good Night Spoon says, Pirate.
Yeah, that's how you spell Poirot. It's a French name, I think.
Good Night Spoon says,
his name is Hercule. Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot. And he says, are you excited for The Haunting in Venice? I don't know. Probably not.
Seems to me, Rick, there's like a disconnect between the things you like and the things your audience like.
At times, yes, it would seem so. Or probably a lot of times. Good Night Spoon.
Almost at like a fundamental level, you know.
Good Night says, fine, Rick, you can defend Super Troopers against There Will Be Blood. Okay, I have actually heard of Super Troopers, and I think I have actually seen part of it, if not the whole movie. But besides remembering that it's about state troopers being in a comedy of sorts, or parody on them, that's about as much as I can remember. I can't even remember any details.
Did you watch the remake, the recent remake of The Murder on the Orient Express?
No, I did not.
I didn't get a chance to see that. I wonder where I can watch that. Is The Haunting in Venice, is that a book, or is that just like a new story?
I think it's a video game or a movie. Well, hello, Scott. How are you? Scott Shermer is in the house.
Hey, what up, Scott? A Haunting in Venice. It's going to be like an Agatha Christie. It's like a Hercule Poirot detective movie. But I don't know. I never really read her stuff, so it's like I don't know if that's an old book or is that a. Or is that a new story they're coming out with?
I don't know. Okay, Scott's thing just suddenly disappeared in the chat. That was weird.
Well, you know, Super Troopers 2 takes place in Canada. Did you know that?
No. Okay. Wow. I don't know how he did it, but Scott removed his thing completely from the chat.
Probably best not to dwell on it.
Yeah, I know, but
Goodnight Spoon wants to know what is a movie you have seen that you think is better than There Will Be Blood?
is There Will Be Blood, is that an actual movie?
Yes.
Well, I haven't seen that either, so I don't know.
Interesting.
I know, I haven't seen lots of
Good
movies that
movies.
uh,
I mean, you've seen lots of movies. You just haven't seen a lot of good movies.
yeah. Goodnight Spoon says, Rick, what movie have you seen that you read that? Goodnight Spoon, it's a movie, the newest Pyrite one based on the Halloween party for, I think, the Venice one, Haunting in Venice. Joshua says, it's called Reacting Your Comment. Goodnight Spoon says, it's murder.
Redacting.
Redacting your comment. Oh, for the Scott thing. Yeah, but it didn't even say in the chat he's redacted his comment or whatever.
It says message retracted. It does say that.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it, so. Goodnight Spoon says, it's Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and now Haunting in Venice based on Halloween Party. Okay, Rick gets RoboCop 2 and John gets Aliens. Okay, I have seen RoboCop 2. It's been some time. Who's he going?
But I've never seen Alien, so that's not gonna work. And everybody says that movie sucks, so I never got around to actually watching it.
I thought it was actually pretty good, Aliens. We could reverse. I'm not sure whether that'll help. Have you seen RoboCop 2?
I've never seen. I'm pretty sure if I did, I blocked it out of my memory. I hated RoboCop. I think it was one of the worst movies ever made.
And I guess you didn't see the remake then either.
Nope.
In the
I
remake,
watched the first RoboCop, and I thought personally, I was like, that's one RoboCop too many.
well, they remade it a few years back, and part of it was filmed here in Hamilton.
My condolences.
Yeah, the first, in some ways, the original was better, in my opinion. Goodnight Spoon says, I'm a terrible movie debate host. Well, no, your problem is you just don't know what movies your clientele have seen. And hello, Goodnight Spoon. He says, I'll take Predator.
I have seen Predator. That is a movie that I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen Predator as well. I think I've seen all the Predators and almost all the Alien movies. Although I never saw them in theaters. Well, I've seen a couple of the Alien ones and a couple of the Predator ones as of recently, but they're original ones I never saw in theaters. Rick, you get Captain America 3 and John gets Thor 3. Says Goodnight Spoon.
Which one is Thor 3? Is that Thor Ragnarok? Because that one's great.
I think that's what it is. Captain America 3 Civil War, if I remember. And what are we supposed to be debating about these two movies?
I think which one is better.
Goodnight Spoon says, yes, Ragnarok! So, well, I know I've seen both of those. I'm not sure whether John has. Well,
Yeah, I've seen
obviously,
both of them.
wow, two movies that we both actually seen.
Do you have a strong opinion one way or another, and which one you think is better?
Strong opinion? No. An opinion? Maybe if I thought about it for a bit, I might. Which one could feed a country for 40 days and 40 nights? Says Goodnight Spoon. What? For which one who could feed a country for 40 days and 40 nights? How big is the country? Population wise. Mighty Geek says you have remembered that the lead characters in Aliens are female. Or an alien is female. Yeah, but it's a strong woman character. What's that got to do with anything? Although I might be able to, I'm not sure whether I'd be able to, how well I'd be able to debate it, but at least I know enough about both movies that I might be able to debate if we wanted to do the debate. So less than a month and I will be down there.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What are you most excited to do with me, Rick, while you're down here?
I don't know. I don't know what there is to do. You know, like exactly.
Well, we can go swimming. We can
Yeah.
play chicken. I'll put you on my shoulders.
Who will we play chicken with?
No, just by ourselves.
Okay, that doesn't exactly work out too well. You're supposed to be playing chicken with somebody. Or
Oh, is that right? I've been getting it wrong this whole time.
Or last time I knew, or somebody's, because supposed to have another two people with one person with.
Yeah, I know how chicken works. That's why That's why the joke works. Is because I know how chicken works, Rick. God, gee whiz.
Scott said you could help him prep. Prep what? Goodnight Spoon says, Rick, pick the movie you think is the best in the world and tell us why it's the best. And John tells you why you're wrong and what's better. I don't know what the best. I don't know what I'd say the best movie in the world was. I was referring to the Xenomorph Queen also.
Cecil B. DeMille's The Ten Commandments.
That's the one with Charlton Heston, right?
Yes.
That is definitely a
Yes.
good film. Probably one of the best that Hollywood's done on Bible-based story or events. Joshua says, just say Ragnarok is too silly and goofy. Goodnight Spoon says, oh, I saw that one. Referring to, I believe, Scott's comments. I know in the Ten Commandments one, that the Cecil B. DeMille, I like the parting of the Red Sea. I think it's older technology, but I think in all the ones that have tried to replicate that since, it's the one that's done it the best.
No, incorrect. The one who has done it the best is The Prince of Egypt, the cartoon.
Ooh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, the Prince of Egypt is a wildly underrated and forgotten movie. But they do fall on the side of hokiness from time to time with the music. They try a little bit too hard with the music, and it doesn't quite hold up.
Huh. Just pop out chat. Let's see. Yeah. My mom's here, if people can see. Waving high.
What does she think is better, the Ten Commandments or the Prince of Egypt?
What do you think is better, the Ten Commandments or the Prince of Egypt?
The Ten Commandments.
Do you even remember the Prince of Egypt?
To what you mean, the movie or the stage play?
There was, as far as I know, there was no
The cartoon.
stage play for it. He's talking the cartoon movie.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think you're remembering it quite right, but
But I'd still say the Ten Commandments.
well, there you have it. My mom says the Ten Commandments. Goodnight Spoon says by the
Case
end
closed.
of case closed. John said case closed. For you saying that. By the end of the night, come hell or high water, Joshua is going to award someone with points. Rick, you can't agree with your opponent in a debate. Rick, your mom is now arguing on your behalf. Tag her in. Oh, was I debate? Were we debating? I didn't even realize we had picked sides for which one. Which was
Yeah, you were supposed to come up with the best movie of all time, that, in your opinion.
Yeah, well then I think you
And you
said
couldn't
something.
think of one, so I offered you the Ten Commandments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I said something about the water parting, and you said something about Prince of Egypt. So it's like I didn't. I realized, but I didn't realize what you're doing by giving me the Ten Commandments to argue in favor of.
It's a very good movie. It's an easily defendable movie. It's that good.
Yes, this is very true.
But there's a
Yeah.
bunch of movies that, like, I don't know. I think a movie's really, really good if it makes me cry.
Yeah.
But that's just, I'm not really a movie. I'm not smart enough. I'm not like a film buff. I don't know what really makes a movie great because there are some movies out there that people that are critically acclaimed that I watch and I just do not get why people like it. Like I watched
Yeah.
this movie. My mom was always telling me. I went through this stage like in my early 20s where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch all of these movies. Like it was on a list of like the 100 greatest and most influential films in cinema history.
Yeah.
And I got to this movie called Rosemary's Baby, and I was like,
I've heard of
this
it.
movie is
I
steaming turd. I
Yeah.
hated it. I couldn't stand it. Then I got to this movie called Easy Rider, and that's when I just threw my hands up and said, you know what? Maybe I just don't get cinema, you know? Because that movie, I had to sit through that movie 4 times because I had to force myself to put the tape back in and press play to watch the thing because it was just so slow and so awful.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure whether I've seen either of those movies. I think I've heard of both, but Good Night Spoon says you said the Ten Commandments was the best. A crying emoji, and then he says Inception was garbage. Yeah, sometimes what these critics say are really good movies are horrible, and it's like, you really think this is good?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, but not everybody in the world can be wrong, right? When everybody in the world says, "Oh, this movie is a cinematic masterpiece," I mean, it evokes emotions, and it's the commentary, the social commentary on it is profound. And I'm like, I'm not getting it. I must be the stupid one. I have to be. Not I can't be the only person in the world that's right, you know?
Yes, you can. Sometimes you can.
No, you can't.
Oh, by the
Yes,
way,
you can.
No, you can't.
Well, think of Galileo. I think it was Galileo. You know, like he was saying, you know, like the Earth revolves around the sun, not the sun revolving around the Earth. You know, and everybody said he was wrong. He was the only person that at that time that believed, you know, that the Earth revolved around the sun, and now we believe the way he believed. So the whole world can be wrong and you right.
No, I don't think he was the only person in the world to believe that.
Well, there might have been a few other people, but obviously you're not probably the only one that would say this movie is garbage.
has he
You're
seen?
just the only one that you would know of.
Has he seen Sound of Freedom?
Have you seen Sound of Freedom?
No, I haven't watched that movie.
Ah, no, he hasn't yet. Are you planning on it?
No.
Ah. You just don't want to get in on all the hype, or watch it because of all the hype?
I don't know. Is it good?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was
Like,
pretty.
I get that it's like
Go ahead.
I just don't want to watch something with that kind of subject matter unless it's very, very good and is going to give me new information or new insight. Because I that shit makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, I'd say it's very good. I'm not sure whether it will give you new insight or not. Yes, the subject matter is, as you said,
Because I saw an interview with the guy and it really struck me the wrong way.
but
You know, the way he was just constantly talking about like, and I just couldn't stop weeping. I'm like, no, that's not a normal person thing to say or do.
yeah,
It's like you're hamming it up, and I don't want to be a part of that. You know?
yeah. But have you watched like Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, and stuff like that before?
I've seen that show, yeah.
This is know it worse in a lot of ways than a show like that on the subject matter.
Yeah, yeah, I really don't like those shows either.
Yeah,
It's just, it's just
yeah,
not
yeah.
that I'm like, I don't believe in this stuff. No, I do. It's just I just don't feel like watching it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just telling you I guess, the level of where they go into it on. It's not graphic or anything. Uh,
Yeah, but for the same reason I don't want to watch Cuties. You know what I mean? Like I just
yeah.
don't.
Well, actually, Cuties is probably more graphic than this.
I'll take your word for it. I'll donate. I did donate to the website, so somebody else could watch the movie. I bought it
Kind of
for
a
somebody
change
else.
of subject.
Yeah.
I'm just not
Were
going to
you
watch
affected
it.
by the tornado?
I already asked him that. No, he wasn't.
The tornado? I missed that one.
Hurricane.
Yeah. I already asked him. He said no.
Yeah, the Hurricane Hillary came through here. It destroyed 30,000 emails.
Did you hear that?
Not quite.
He said Hurricane Hillary came through here, destroyed 30,000 emails. Good Night Spoon says that was Metaphoricles, or what? Who said the Earth revolved around the sun? Okay, well, I got the name wrong. It's the same basic premise, and there's been other people.
No, he says he doesn't say metaphorically. He says Mephistopheles.
Okay, however you pronounce it. I will bow to your.
Mephistopheles, the devil.
I don't know. But then I know there was somebody that, at one time it was said that, different things for, what was it?
Mephistopheles, also called Mephisto, is a familiar spirit of the devil. In late settings of the Legend of Faust, it is probable that the name Mephistopheles was invented for the historical Johann Georg Faust by the anonymous author of the first Faust book.
Okay, and Good Night Spoon is rolling on the floor laughing. Joshua says Metaphisto from Marvel.
Yeah, that's witchcraft. The talk.
I guess that's what Good Night Spoon was saying. It was witchcraft that said that the Earth revolved around the sun.
So, has your mom heard the song "Rich Men North of Richmond"?
No. I don't think so, Scott.
You should play it. You should play it for her and get her opinion on it.
Yeah, I haven't even listened to it yet myself. Yeah, you were going over that last night, right? On your stream? Your
Yeah.
closeout stream? Joshua
Yes.
says, John Devil. Because Scott said, John Dillard's secret identity, the devil. I don't think so.
What? That's not true.
I wouldn't exactly say he's an angel, but I wouldn't say he's the devil. Or even a devil.
Do you believe, as a Christian, Rick? I was listening to some guy on some YouTube short, and he was talking about some preacher guy, and he was talking about spirit, and having reason that alcohol is called spirits because it invites spirits to a spirit of excess. a demonic spirit into a specific demonic spirit of alcohol.
No, I would
Believe
not.
that?
No. The reason I would say it probably is referred to as spirits is because, especially back when that term was probably being coined, somebody, well, people do get this way today, even drinking a little bit of excess of alcohol, very spirited or lively, you know. You know.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
No, I'm saying like at one time that I think, if I haven't, drank really in my life at all, but, people that get drunk can be very lively, right? Very spirited.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's got the nickname Spirits, because more you can be very spirited after drinking a bunch of it. That would be my best guess. I don't know for sure. Hey, Aqua's here and says hi. Joshua says, I saw a clip of that guy talking and he didn't have a country accent, says Joshua. Okay, Good Night Spoon says, okay, Betty versus Veronica. What, debate over Betty versus Veronica?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Archie Comics, Betty and Veronica?
What is that, like The Shadow, like a super old comic or something?
I'm not sure whether you're playing with me here or not. You've heard of Archie Comics, right?
Yeah, it's like really, really simple, really old comics.
Well, they're out today as well. They've been
Oh, I didn't know
around.
that.
They've been around for almost as long as DC. Pep Comics. They started out under a
Did you
different...
see that? Did you see that guy? I gotta find this and show you this. This is great. Give me a second. I'll go find this.
Good Night Spoon says, shout out to the
I saw-
YouTube show, Too Many Spirits. Well, although he's retracting his statements all the time, it is nice to see you in the chat, Scott. Although we probably disagree on a few things that you've said. You mean like Sonic the Hedgehog, Archie Comics? Yes. Although Sonic the Hedgehog was not their main feature, they just did it, produced it.
All right, tell me when you have this up and everybody can see it, because you got to see this.
Okay, it's up. Give me a sec. Let me
Check this out. Oh my god! I said tell me when, and everybody can see it.
Yeah, well, they can see it. I'm just looking at the chat. Okay, go.
Are you ready?
Oh, cool. It's the Red Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
That's the best thing ever.
Yes, that is pretty cool. I must say that. I miss Scott's latest thing. My sketchbook says, hello!
Yeah, apparently that guy's not. His name's not even like Ricky Bobby or whatever. His name's like, I don't know, something normal like Chris Stanley or something.
Who?
The guy that sings that song, "Rich Men North of Richmond."
Oh, okay.
Let me look up his name. Yeah, he calls himself Oliver Anthony. But his name's not even Oliver Anthony. It's something else. Let me see. Let me find his real name.
How are you tonight, Sketchbook?
Yeah, his name's Chris Lunsford.
Okay.
Outrageous.
Good Night Spoon says, I'm giving the point to John for the Snoopy clip. Joshua was fired as judge.
You snooze, you lose, Mr. Hughes.
Joshua is horrified as he puts up an emoji to signify that. I don't think that's what the emoji is, but that's what I'm interpreting it as. And my sketchbook says, Justified says hello. Well, say hello back to Justified.
I just looked it up right now, Rick. That exact emoji is classified as anguished face, so he's in anguish.
Okay. In anguish over being
He was stepped over.
stepped on.
I said what I said.
Okay, I might show a clip. We got a few people in here about a video game that's being crowdfunded on Indiegogo. I found out about it a while back, a couple weeks ago, but I only found out that it was on Indiegogo being crowdfunded today.
Oh yeah? I wonder what it could be.
I might actually see whether I can get the people on for it. Okay, let's see. So probably to hear it, you're probably gonna have to go when it says anything, you probably have to go over to YouTube. Unfortunately, this doesn't share the audio over to thing. So
All right. All right, I'm on YouTube and I'm ready and waiting.
Okay, I'm playing now.
What if he could help his parents when he was missing in Jerusalem? Gear Zero is a video game that takes you back to the source of Christianity, the first century Israel.
You play as a teenager from the fictional dystopian world of 2072. You will travel back in time to unlock the age-old secret of your late grandmother's mysterious pearl.
You'll find yourself in the living, breathing world of ancient Israel in a society on the brink of upheaval. And you can explore all you want, interact with familiar characters, and experience the gospel stories firsthand.
But you will not always have me here with you.
I'm Arve, producer and game designer at BCC Media.
I am Meta, art director for Gear Zero.
For the past 3 years, we've been traveling around to interview youth ministry workers and gaming communities. We built a team of passionate developers who have worked on AAA games like Assassin's Creed and Battlefield. We've made use of the latest gaming technology out there, like Unreal Engine 5, and we've created a prototype that's been tested by thousands of young people.
And the feedback from our social community has been unbelievable.
This demo totally blew my expectations out of the water. I thought they did amazing on everything.
We highly respect historical and biblical accuracy, and we spent countless of hours researching, studying, and also consulting with theologians and historians. After seeing this, you might ask, why are you guys here? Well, let me answer that. Our dream is to tell the stories of Jesus' life from his birth to death in 4 game releases. Right now, we created a solid basis, and we plan to go into full development to produce the first release of Jesus Stories. Share this project with your friends and family and be a part of a movement that's going to change lives.
Where's my... Okay. Okay. Is it done on YouTube?
Yep.
What do you think?
I think the idea is interesting. I'm really not a fan of how it looks.
Uh-huh.
But it's an interesting idea. I felt like they were stealing my idea. Not an idea for a Bible video game, but apparently going back in time and searching for a pearl. As I had an idea for a comic book, not a whole comic book, but an idea for a Buckler adventure, where everybody thinks it's a pearl, right? It's this opalescent looking orb. Everybody thinks it's a pearl, but then what it actually is, it's a petrified eyeball from one of the zombies that Jesus when Jesus died and all the zombies came alive and started walking amongst the people. One of the zombie eyeballs.
Let's see. My sketchbook says, I'm fine. How are you and Dillard? I'm fine. Joshua says, what's the gameplay going to be on? I know at least computer, they have a demo version that you can play over on Steam at the moment. I'm actually going to probably play that in the next few days, record it. And Goodnight Spoon says, bonus points for John because that clip was too long.
It was a very long clip.
Yeah.
Gotta admit.
Yeah, that I can admit. But, I seen that trailer today. They're doing a GoFundMe. Or, not GoFundMe. Indiegogo. I think they did Kickstarter too. They're at that says, let's see. Edit currency. Let's put it in American dollars. They're at $341,000 American. Or just over that, I should say. So, and it looks to be fully funded. It's just in demand now.
Cool. Good for them.
I'll put a link in the chat for anybody who wants to check it out. What is the genre? What genre is it? Stealth? I'm not sure. Might be. Roguelike FPS. My sketchbook says zombies. You mean the dead people who were risen and went home and conversed with loved ones? Not at all like zombies, says my sketchbook.
Other than that, and you left out the part where they ate their brain.
Yes, Mother?
Nothing?
Everybody always conveniently leaves out the part where brains were eaten.
Yes, it is, Sketchbook. And Sketchbook says hi to you.
Hi. Back, hi to
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
everybody.
Ooh, that was a good one.
So I just thought it would be something interesting to show the chat, get try and get some discussion going about it. Hey, Jeff. Or Jeff says hi to you.
Hi. Well, he just came in, eh?
No, he's been probably listening for a while. He said hi a little bit before. Scott said something. Scott Schumer was in the chat, or is in the chat listening. And every so often he makes a comment and retracts it.
I almost forgot about Scott. Oh, hello to him.
Let's see. Sketchbook says it's hummus, John, not brains. Only looks like it. Sketch says I'll check it out on Steam. Thanks, Rick. And then says, "Hey, oh, Jeff Potts," and Jeff says, "Yo, back."
Well, I'm going to leave you now.
Okay.
Again.
Later again, or something like that. One time I
I
forgot
am going
about.
to leave you now because I know you are busy.
Sketchbook Assassin, Jeff, any new novels he's working on? Yeah, I know he's working on one. I'm not sure how far he has done it. I've seen posts about it on Twitter.
Oh, snap. Good Night Spoon says, one time I forgot about Dre.
Who's Dre?
Well, apparently, Good Night Spoon is the reason that Dre ain't been getting no sleep.
Jeff says I'm up to chapter 26 on my next Haldesic book. Cool. I know how many chapters it's going to be, Jeff? It's going to be over 30 chapters, and I'm thinking of splitting it into 2 books. Ooh, cool. Yeah, I need to still buy the physical of the last book. Get it off Amazon. If you want, put a link to your books in the chat there, Jeff. You know, for anybody that might want to get them. They're both on Amazon. The Remnant and the Tomb, and what was the last one called?
What do you mean?
They were both really great books. So I know I asked this the other day, but since you're done, almost done, a Canadian Tussle, you're going to be working on, what's the name of it next? The Ballad of Bucklet. Any idea when you'll be doing that crowdfunding?
Yep. No idea. But the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting up the Buckler, the first book, second chance campaign.
Oh, okay.
Putting that up on my to run that. I'm gonna be doing a new cover for that.
Cool.
But I don't really have time right now to do anything else. I'm so behind. I even took some time off of the other stuff I was doing for other people to work on the to get the buckler wrapped up.
Ah,
So I got to catch up on some current work.
yeah. Because one less project that you have to work on, right? At this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really gotta take that Yellow Flash gig seriously.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will be my ticket to being able to spend a lot more time on the buckler.
Yeah. For sure. Good Night Spoon says, I also took his cheese and wheels and G deals, good deals. I'm not sure. Scott's retracted another message that I didn't get to see in time. Jeff puts up links to his books, The Revenant and the Tomb and The Wizard's Stone. Which was one I couldn't think about, The Wizard's Stone. And of course, anybody in the chat, if they want to come on through my Discord, feel free. For another 40 minutes or so, as we talk about this, that, whatever. We're not doing too bad tonight here, talking. There is some dead air here and there, but hey, that's my fault.
Well, it's certainly not my fault.
True.
It's not even my show.
True. But it could be San Andreas' fault.
No, Rick, it wasn't a tornado. It wasn't an earthquake. It was a hurricane.
My sketchbook says, just an idea, John. Have someone run your Buckler Second Chance campaign. Hold a contest for a new cover shirt and merchandise and fan art book.
Oh, there's absolutely no way that there's enough demand for a fan art book. But possibly the other thing maybe. Yeah.
Good Night Spoon says, boo!
What was that? You broke up.
Good Night Spoon said, boo! To my San Andreas, I believe.
Yeah, you deserve that boo for sure. So I just recently rewatched the movie The Hateful Eight. You seen that movie, Rick?
I don't think so. What's it about?
Well, it's about a collection of people who, some people by chance, some people by accident, all kind of meet up at a cabin, a haberdashery in the old Western days, while people are trying to collect a bounty. They're going around two bounty hunters are trying to get to a town called Red Rock so they can claim the bounties of some criminals that they killed, and one has a live one. And there's a plot to free one of the criminals. Very interesting movie.
Sounds interesting for sure. So you're saying you rewatched it and...
It's just... Yeah, I rewatched it. I think I kind of missed it the first time I watched it. But the second time around, I'm looking at it, and it almost seems to be like the first time I watched the movie, there's like a really racist white dude and a really racist black dude, and at the very end of the movie, they're like they're in cahoots with each other, teaming up, become friends of sorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that what this movie's about? Like becoming friends? You know, the movie's called The Hateful Eight. And I'm like, well, did they get over their hate for each other or something? I don't know, something weird. But then when I rewatched it, and I was thinking about it for a while, I think that I was looking too too much into it, and it's just simply a like revenge porn.
Uh-huh.
'Cause I try to like look at it from different ways, and I'm like, you know, that could work. Maybe it does mean something else, but then there's little things in the movie that are like, no, it's just revenge porn. I don't know. I like it a little bit less now that I watched it a second time.
Ah,
I really did dig it. The first time it was up there on my list of like good movies, but now I'm like, it's a little bit. Its esteem has lessened in my eyes.
yeah, I get that. I've watched stuff, and the second time it seems not quite as good as the first time. Or years later, it doesn't seem as good. Maybe I watched it lots as a kid, but, you know, years later, it's like, really? Good Night Spoon says, Rick, would you free the criminals? Scott says, sounds like a metaphor for your gang stalkers. Scott, where do you get this stuff? Good. Rick, would you free the criminals? I don't know. Depends. Probably a bunch of details. Sketchbook says never rewatch Tarantino films. Gives you a chance to find the holes. Well, you could say that about any movie. I guess I'll let you go. Good Night Spoon says maybe haps it's not best to indulge the crazy talk. And I noticed you deleted his messages. Did you time him out or just delete his messages?
No, I timed him out. I don't have the power to delete his message, but I do have the power to time him out. And also hide him on your channel.
Maybe haps. Will you put mayhaps?
Mayhaps is a common phrase. It's a combination of maybe and perhaps.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that before. So did you actually hide
It's
him
an
as
American thing.
Did you actually hide him as well, or did you just
No, I was just stating that I do have the power to do that.
Yeah.
How dare someone besmirch my name, infringe on my good name?
I don't think, unfortunately for him, I don't think anybody here is going to believe it.
Yeah, because I thought that there was something happening earlier in the stream before he retracted one of his comments. You had said, I think that you had misread one of his comments as like something else when he said like scheme or something, but you misread it as something else. And I was like, is he calling me a schemer? Is that what's going on? So I've been watching him with my side eye.
Yeah, unfortunately, he deletes them real fast, so it's hard sometimes to get them all read. Get the comment read, or even see what it said.
Jeff Potts says mayhaps comes from the Brits, and a character in the next book uses it quite a bit.
Cool. Good Night Spoon says, I'm
hear that,
British
Rick?
now. Yeah.
don't know. I got to look this up. I did not know that Mayhaps was British. Let me look this up. Mayhap. Adverb, archaic, means perhaps or possibly.
Uh, sounds like
What, Rick? Why'd you go silent? Did you run out of things to talk about?
no.
Or are you all hung up on Scott over there?
Yeah. Jeff said you can see them after he retracts them. It wasn't letting me for a while there. No, I don't. I'm not. Good Night Spoon says I thought you had the thing that saves chat to Discord. No, I discontinued that a while back. Actually, you should probably bring it back. Joshua says he said in one of his comments that Dillard was following him in his truck. But Dillard doesn't even drive a truck anymore. Well, unless it's from point A to point B, like to get, like, I'm not even sure whether your regular car or vehicle is a truck.
Yeah, here it is. Here's the comment. It says, you could help him prep. You read it as prep, but he actually wrote, you could help him perp.
Oh.
As in being a perpetrator. It says, thou shalt not follow people around in your pickup. I didn't even read that one. Yeah, I do have a pickup truck. I haven't drove it in a while because I don't have tags right now. Yeah, look at that. I'm going back and all of his comments are about me. John's secret identity, the devil.
Yeah, I read that one.
Happening.
Yeah, he retracted the message and I can't read that.
Look at, he says, next time you follow me around in your truck, pull over and we will have a short chat. Oh my goodness, he's threatening my life. Look at this. It says, I'm trolling you. I'm just not sending people with sock accounts or using one. Oh my goodness. Sounds like a metaphor for your gang stalkers. Yeah.
Rick, this is not the time for reason or rationale. Yeah, I look at... I don't know why it won't let me view retracted message.
Okay, so he was saying A Haunting in Venice is the third movie coming out from Agatha Christie. The first one was Murder on the Orient Express. What was the second one?
I don't know.
Oh, Death on the Nile. Yeah, I did want to see that one. Did you see the trailer for that? Death on the Nile? That looked so good.
Last week I think Goodnight shared it. I didn't watch it though.
Oh, and it has that girl that I like, Gal Gadot.
Oh yeah, Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. Oh no, not Gadot. You have to have a life first. Says Scott. You have to have a life to what?
What? What'd you say about me?
You need to
Death on the Nile.
Gonna have to make a comment, make it make sense. Gal Dukat. Gal Dukat is for it to be threatening. You have to have a life for it to be threatening. Well, I think John has a fairly good life, and, well, I haven't heard him once here threaten you. Gal Dukat is an actress, says Goodness Food. Yes, I know. I was just misremembering her last name.
Gal Dukat. Was he the one that was the tailor, the gay tailor?
No, I think he was the one that was the head of the station before the Federation took it over.
Who was the main, the really interesting one, the one that started his own cult and all that? What was his name? Was that Gal Dukat?
Yeah.
That guy was riveting. Every time he was on screen, I was like, "Ah, this is good. This is really good."
Goodnight Spoon saying yes, he was the tailor. No, I don't think Gul Dukat was.
Oh.
Here, let's. Because Gul is a rank in the Cardassians. That's why I don't think he was.
How did you remember the name of his race? I was trying to remember. I was like, what the hell were they called with their necks like that? I couldn't remember it. And their necks keep reminding me of testicles.
What, the Cardassians?
Yeah, they're nasty necks.
Yeah, they have definitely weird necks. Deep space.
All right, that is second to last page. Saved. Coloring is done. All right, let me see if I can start working on some flats for the very last page. Oh no, I can't do this. I forgot the very last page. I made it like hyper realistic because it's like a really gory scene. It's like forever.
The tailor was Garrick, Elam Garrick.
Yeah, Garrick. Yeah.
Yes, he was the gay tailor. Well, they never said for sure. There's been some speculation that he might have been gay and that he was really into Julian Bashir. And then Goodnight Spoon also said,
I mean,
oh,
on
he
that, I
wasn't
mean, let's
gay.
be realistic. On that show, was there one person on that show that wasn't super into Julian Bashir?
Yes.
I mean, even O'Brien was gay for Bashir.
Yeah.
I remember when we found out that Bashir was like some sort of like a mutant hybrid test tube baby.
No. He was genetically altered.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, but it wasn't in a test tube. It was when he was like about 10 years old or something like that. Well, Dove.
Yeah, that's what I said. So, what?
Delcata was the commander that ends up being saved by the station commander. The doctor. Yeah, Dr. Julian Bashir.
Yeah, there was an episode when you end up finding out that he's some sort of a sick freak test tube baby. And then he went to go find like all the other people that he was a test tube baby with. Like, and they're all like, what do you call them? Like they were hyped. They were like, brain wise, they were high functioning, but they weren't able to like actually like have like a life because they were all trapped in some.
No, they were all in an insane asylum for the day for lack of a better way of putting it.
Yeah, they were basically like the brain trust for the Federation.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that, but they were just all hidden away. I think they did do some stuff, but they weren't allowed to leave or whatever. They escaped once, and they weren't test tube babies when he was. Well, he wasn't a test tube baby. His parents altered him after he was born. Like I said, when he was about 10, and I think all those ones were too. Maybe some of them while they were in the thing. You know where I live, John.
Rick,
you can
are you gonna
always come
Rick,
by.
Rick, are you gonna delete Scott from this channel, or do I have to go to his house?
You have to go to his house.
All right, works for me.
Just film it. It'll make great content for your channel. Sketchbook says he wasn't gay. He was a special units operative or former. Bashir was an easy target. Ducat, stupid autocorrect. I think even the way that you're spelling Ducat might be wrong.
Gall Ducat.
Yeah, because I think it's spelled Dukat. According to Wikipedia, anyways.
That sounds correct. I don't even know why that's the thing. I'm looking at the way he's writing Ducat, and I'm like, that doesn't look correct. And then in my head, I'm thinking, what kind of a super turbo nerd am I that I'm looking at a made up stupid name of a stupid race and thinking that doesn't seem like it's spelled correctly.
Rick, people like this get violent. Well, yeah, a lot of times they do. Good night, Spoon, but I think Scott's been accusing John of this for what, the last 3 or 4 years? Ever since John visited him and gave him a bunch of art supplies. Or almost since.
It's not a big deal. He's not like, you know.
Well, it's just, for me, it's
I'm
just
looking
not.
for your channel on live. Huh?
It's just nice to know he's alive. I'd say and doing well, but with what he's writing in the chat, I'm not sure. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to find my... I see it live. 3 people are watching.
Yeah, I found it. Lord, it's a damn shame. Rick, I can't take it no more. I gotta go inside and get something to eat. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, okay. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. I got another
what do you like to eat?
food. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty good about almost everything. Oh, my veggies I can be picky on. That's about it.
You like a lot of vegetables? I don't like putting a lot of vegetables on stuff.
No. I'm saying I can be picky about my vegetables. Like I like corn on the cob. I don't like peas, beans, broccoli.
Corn is not a vegetable.
Well, what is it then?
That's like a super unhealthy. Corn's like a super unhealthy snack.
I didn't say popcorn.
Oh my god! I was driving by. There's this property next to the freeway that grows corn all the time, right? And I've been noticing that the corn's looking really ripe right now. And so I pulled over just to go check to see, because I was thinking maybe I'm gonna go steal some corn. And then I was like, well, I don't even got a backpack on me. I would have to like only grab like an armful of corn, and that's not nearly enough corn.
No, porn.
So I'm gonna have to go and find me well, we just got my kid a new backpack because her other backpack apparently was too big, so they wouldn't allow you to or the backpack would not allow her to like pass through the actual they have a bag for all the backpacks and another bag for all of the lunch boxes. So you got to, and her backpack was so big it was taking up like 3 spots. So we had to get her a smaller backpack. So now I'm like, well, I could take, now it's a pink backpack. That's not good. But I could take that backpack and fill it with corn.
Yeah, you fill it with corn, not porn.
What?
Well, you were saying porn earlier instead of corn, or at least that's what it sounded like.
I certainly was not saying that.
Good
But
night,
anyway, I
friends.
should be having lots of corn.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like tomatoes. I know they're technically a fruit. Green peppers, onions.
He says corn is a toxin. You can't digest it. Well, that's true. But if you use like, the hominy style corn, you actually do. When they prepare it, they actually take off that protective coating that each corn kernel has, so it is digestible. But yeah, normally corn is not digestible. Raw. Delicious though.
You're welcome, Jeff. Catch you later. And anytime that you're in my chat and you want to post your links, you can. No problem.
All right, Rick, I'm gonna get out of here and go eat some corn.
Okay. Later, John. Okay, so there we are. Now it's just me. I've got to waste 20 minutes on here by myself to get through the night. Unless, of course, Metal comes by. Metal usually comes by, but maybe he didn't come by tonight because he said John was on, and he's like, okay. Check your poo. It says, yeah. So, as I was saying earlier, maybe you guys can help me. Not that there's many of you here at the moment, but I was wanting to do, like I said, something similar to this where I have a little saying that is scriptural that goes with my character, because Canadian Shield's strong, you're on the rock of Christ, it makes you strong, blah, blah, blah. I was wanting to do something like that with this shirt with Snowdrift. And I had 3 things that I picked up. Metal is streaming currently. Oh, he must be doing his Kent starting fresh. Okay, he's starting fresh. Maybe I'll I'll join him for a couple hours afterwards. In 20 minutes. Okay, so anyways, let's see. So let's see. The one that I was saying earlier that I was thinking about was Proverbs 25:13. As the cold of snow is in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. There's another one here. I can't see your chat. I thought you were hallucinating, Scott. You can't see whose chat? My chat? Or Scott's chat? Okay, so maybe it was New King James. This was. And I'm going to go with New King James instead of just King James. Or maybe it was just one for cold and two for snow. This chat here now. No, I wasn't hallucinating him. They spend cast up more. Could have sworn it was two for cold. Could be this one I was thinking of. Proverbs 25, verse 25. As cold water to a weary soul, so is good news from a far country. Let me check the snow one. I should have wrote these down, the references. Uh, Proverbs 31, 20, verse 21. I don't think this was one I was thinking of. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. This is probably one. Isaiah 1:18. Come, let us reason together, says the Lord. For your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be like crimson, they shall be as wool. Oh, first the rain comes down and the snow. I should get this figured out for next time because I'm messing this up not knowing which one that I want. Well, Isaiah there 118 for sure because I had thought about that beforehand. So, anybody got any thoughts on this? Uh, second, which is, if your works. Oh, that one. If your works are neither cold nor hot, I'm gonna use when I can put Snowdrift and the Flame together. Well, right now it looks like I only have two. Proverbs 25:13. And Isaiah 1:18. There was another one that I thought was really good, but can't find it. Shouldn't it be a quote from your book? No, well, obviously they're Christian comic books, right? So, um, I want some sort of scriptural thing, that the character can be somewhat based on, like here for the Canadian Shield, like he's strong, he's standing strong, the book in Matthew 7, and Luke 6, it talks about the firm foundation, having a firm foundation to stand strong, like like the guy built this house on the rock. The winds came, the floods came, and he stood strong. It wasn't able to blow him down. And, started using that as a, point, because G, um, Canadian Shield has, his rock. He's sort of on the firm foundation. He can stand strong. Obviously, it can be very metaphorical for him. Not well, he can literally because if storms come and all that, he can just stay there and stand there. He doesn't have to be on a rock, but literally. But I think you get where I'm going. So, and this is of course based on the scriptures of Matthew 7:25 and Luke 6:48. Here, let me even look that up. Matthew 6:48, I think, or is it 28? Oh, 20, Matthew 7:25. I'm confusing my books. Build on the rock, so it's probably a little bit more than just the 25, but therefore whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a man who built his house on the rock. And 25 this is 25. And the rains descended, so the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. So the winds come, the floods come, and blow at them, beat on them, or villains and all that do it, and he's not gonna fall because he's found it on thing. And then 26 is but whoever hears my sayings of mine and does not do them, it will be like the foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rains descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on the house, and it fell. And it was a great fall. Everyone stays for a storm. Some even run with them, like the cow. But I think you get the point. And again, it's the same story in Luke. He is like a man who built a house, who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when the flood rose and the stream beat vehemently against the house and could not shake it, for it was founded on the rock. But he who heard and did nothing is like the man who built his house on the earth without a foundation, against which the stream beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of the house was great. Hey, Tim. I am the bison. Peace. I'm not sure what the weather. Okay. Well, I am the raw walrus. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. I don't listen to devil music. Is this about the house on the rock versus the house? Yes and no, Timothy. As you can see, I've got a thing up here for my one of my t-shirt designs, and I have this little saying there, and of course it's based on a couple scriptures. Well, and you can get this design without this. So I've got a snowdrift design right here, right? I want it, you be able to get it with this, and then with a saying like that based on a scripture. I highly doubt the Beatles is devil music. And I was reading a couple various scriptures that I might be able to do it from, and I was seeing whether anybody could come up with something similar to what I did. With the Canadian Shield one, but this one based on a verse for Snowdrift. Canadian Shield shirt is better. Yeah, well, that's beside the point. Some people are gonna like Snowdrift and want a Snowdrift one. Like my mom wants a Snowdrift one, and I like offering. They can't even spell beetle. It's witchcraft, I tell you. Like, So, see, I have this with the scripture and without. I want to do that with the Snowdrift one. This is the best image I have at the moment that I think, that I have of Snowdrift at the moment. So I'm going with that at the moment. Of course, I've got a couple others. These are different designs that I have. Like, yeah, I've even got this on the white. Listen to the lyrics. There is no heaven. That is devil speak. Yes, it is. But here's one that you might like, Tim. Seems better with the verse on it, Rick. Oh, yeah, I definitely like it a bit better with the verse on it, Timothy. But not everybody out there is a Christian that is going to want to promote Bible stuff, necessarily scripture. So I'm just offering it without the scripture on for those that don't want that on, or they don't want to. Even if they are Christian, maybe they don't want to advertise that part so much. Rick, that is taken out of context. Don't listen to that. I know the song he's talking about though. Good, Timothy. Seems lacking without it. Well, I have the one without it. But like I said, it's a personal choice. You're selling out. No, I'm not selling out. I'm just giving people a choice. It's them that's selling out. No. Joshua hates making money. You're bending the knee. No. I'm just giving people a choice, I because I know there's going to be a lot of non-Christians, or I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of non-Christians that buy my book, and they're not going to necessarily want to wear a Christian T-shirt or a T-shirt that's promoting Scripture. Rick, you're not supposed to be agreeing with me when I'm talking. But I just want to, like I said, give people choice. If they don't want, if nobody buys it, nobody buys it, right? Without the scripture, I'm not forcing anybody. And of course, I've got the Cross Comics one, and I've got it on white as well. And then I've also got the famous John Dillard other famous John Dillard drawing on black. Oh, this one I'm not going to have the scripture on. Or if I do put one on here, it's going to be something different. I don't want the same one on each one with a different image. And these are all available on my website. So we've got two scriptures basically. I know there was a third one, but I can't remember what it was. I've got the words looked up, but I can't find it. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is the faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. And of course, her master is God. And then Isaiah 1:18. Come now, let us reason together, said the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be like crimson, they shall be as wool. And I know there's another one that I was trying to choose from, but I'm not sure what it is. It looks like she's shooting lightning. Yeah. Rick, tell me of slang from your youth. As in, the kids today might not call that Toxico shirt sick, meaning good. There was that's real bad, meaning good, of course. What else was some slang? I don't know. I know, but I don't know. My youth was a long time ago. But it is that time. It's 5 after. I guess didn't get anything on this. Well, at this point, I'm going to be back. I won't be back till Thursday night because I did the 5 o'clock shadow today with Chris and all that. That leaves tomorrow just blank for what to do. Maybe I'll do a stream, some sort of stream over on my Pied Piper gaming one. Although I might be with Chris and Diane. How about one of the Canadian Shield throwing a tree into space with a verse from Peter 4:10? Okay, I will look that up before we. Was that First Peter or Second Peter? Probably First Peter. Every man hath received a gift, even so minister the same. Even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold of the grace of God. Yeah, that could be a good one for him. I'm not sure whether throwing the tree into space would go with it necessarily, but I'll check out second. Oh, it can't be Second Peter 4:10 because there is no chapter 4. I like where this is going, Timothy. This better be funny. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I'm hoping maybe tomorrow night I will do something. So, maybe over on Pied Piper, like I said, it sort of was. Yes, it was sort of. So, and again, thanks for John coming on. And guys, check out my stream from earlier where I was talking to Chris and Diane about their book. Half credit for Space Tree. Runs for the door. About Melbourne 5 and, Hero Shack in general, too. Okay, so we're going to catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day. God bless.